we found there's a strong connection.
I would rather deal with organized crime than disorganized crime. Because in disorganized crime, everybody's out there doing whatever they wanted to do. In organized crime, only certain people can do it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome into another episode of Corruption Connection. I'm your host, Tony Hernandez. This was probably around 2016. We had reports on the 7 line, which runs from Main Street in Flushing to Times Square and 42nd Street. It runs all the way through Queens, and it runs through some pretty tough neighborhoods. A lot of Hispanic neighborhoods, a lot of Latin American neighborhoods. And on the 7 line, you can easily blend in if you're South American. So in this instance, we had a team of Colombians who were so good. This was their second time actually visiting New York City in order to pickpocket people. They were a sophisticated group of pickpocketers, men and women. So when they came to New York City, we had gotten heads up from Intel, like, hey, you know, these guys are back. They had hit us before. We had arrested one of the kingpins. He was last seen down in Texas, I believe, doing the same thing. And this commanding officer, he dispatched us to the line. He said, you know, listen, we're getting killed with these pickpockets. You guys have to come on the line. When we get on the line, on the 7 line, we're riding the 7 line up and down looking for these people. And they were slick. They would change their disguises, dye their hair, change their jackets. And they were so good that they would pick people on the line while we were working. While we were there, we were either at the stop or away. Somebody would come and be like, hey, I just got pickpocketed. Hey, I just got something stolen. Hey, I just realized my phone's gone. Something's gone from my backpack. And this was like an epidemic. It was a common occurrence that was happening while we were actually there. So in one instance, I was actually with a female partner. And we got the call, you know, like, listen, they're out. They hit today, they hit this morning, they hit last night. Like, we want physical presence. We want all the plainclothes guys, you know, the undercover officers to be out there. We want uniform patrol. We want everything. And these guys were still committing crimes on the line, still pickpocketing people. That's how good they were. So in one instance, we're riding the 7 train back and forth, me and my partner, who's a female. We were acting like a couple, you know, we were kind of like hand in hand, shoulder in shoulder, you know. As we are on, I believe it was 74th Street in Roosevelt, these 2 girls get on that fit the description. She starts tapping me like, it's them. She's dressed in a headscarf, kind of looked like an Arabic woman, the one girl, and the other girl had glasses on. Something we did gave ourselves away. We gave ourselves away. We kind of blew our own cover. I'm not sure exactly what it was. Maybe just the look. I couldn't tell if it was how we were dressed, what they picked up on, but it was something that they picked up on. What I think personally is that we were putting too much attention on them. I think that we had gotten really excited to see them, and it was kind of hard for us to hold our composure. Like, can you imagine if you're sitting there and then all of a sudden these 2 pickpocketers who are the most elusive, this team of pickpocketers who are the most elusive group that you've come into contact with, 2 of the members get on the train literally right in front of you. I mean, what are the odds, right? So as they get on the train, like I said, we had done something to expose our hand pretty much, right? And we could tell now that they picked up on us. They know that we're watching. We're on the phone with the bosses, and this is also a problem with the NYPD, ineffective leadership. And you see that now all the way to the top. I mean, it's a very do as I say, don't do as I do kind of culture. And there's a lot of politics, you know, there's a lot of politics. It's just what it comes down to. A lot of the bosses, CYA, cover your ass. That's what they do. So we're texting the bosses like, hey, we have them right in front of us. Do we have probable cause to throw the cuffs on them? Should we throw the cuffs on them just to investigate? Like, tell us what to do. And in order not to violate any of the procedures in regards to the arrest, the officer, our bosses said, just watch them, just follow them. So that's what we did. But they picked up on us. So as we're watching, as we're following, they take it to one stop and they get off. 1 or 2 stops. After 74th is 82nd, and after 82nd is 90th Street. So they get off, I believe it was on 90th. So they get off 2 stops after. We get off, following them, you know, not too close, but having our eyes on them. As soon as they knew they were being followed, like I said, as soon as these girls hit the street, from the subway system, as soon as their 1 foot hit from the subway to the stairs, the scarves came off, The jackets came off, turned inside out, went from a black jacket to a white jacket. The purse that she had went away. Hair came out, and immediately totally different person. Now, why would she do that? Obviously, if she felt she was being followed, which she was. And I gave a description of a 5'4" Hispanic woman dressed, or Arabic woman dressed in a headscarf with a pocketbook and a black jacket. The responding officers are not going to know who to look for. They're going to be looking for the wrong person now that she just changed her appearance with long hair, white jacket, and a purse. I mean, this is what I mean in regards to them being professional. They know all the ins and outs. They know all the tricks. And it happens quite frequently. In the same instance, these guys were so good at Junction Boulevard. It's on camera. The MTA has this footage. As one of the passengers is walking down the subway, he has a backpack on. He never even felt this happen. He had his computer in the backpack, and this is caught on camera. These guys were so good that they opened his backpack while he's walking down the stairs, took the laptop out, passed it to his buddy, closed the backpack, and sent him on his merry way without him even knowing that he was being pickpocketed. I mean, these are the type of criminals that you're dealing with. The level of sophistication is up there. These are seasoned criminals. They know what they're doing. It was to the point that the guy, the ringleader, the Colombian, we had eventually caught them. It was another unit it was another team within my unit that actually caught them. And the gentleman who was like the ringleader, he had no fingerprint. You see him in the cell with his hands behind his back, and he's kind of doing this. He's kind of like rubbing his back, and you're like wondering what the hell he's doing. He was rubbing his hands on the wood to try to mess up his fingerprints. His hands were already bitten up and chewed and disgusting, so it was extremely hard to fingerprint that guy. This is what I mean when I say seasoned criminals. They know all the ins and outs. So that's something that really plagues the system every day, pickpocketing teams, and they come from all over the country, like I said. You know, they bring their criminal tactics here to operate in the world's, most busiest subway, in the world's most busiest city, New York. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. So until next time, I'm your host, Tony Hernandez, and this is Corruption Connection.